Hare Krishna. A hearty welcome to all of you for tonight's very special session on Sri Hanumanji. You must have guessed why this title we have chosen for tonight. Yesterday was Hanuman Jayanti, and we are in the holy land of Nasik Panchavati. And Sri Hanumanji is one personality in the entire Ramayana and the life of Lord Ram, that he has been one of the most integral part in the Leela of Lord Ram, especially when Lord Ram needed any help for his mission in this world. It was Hanumanji who was always available, like this, with his folded hands, not just speaking about surrender, but also exhibiting surrender. So here is a personality who embodies these two kind of opposite attributes: power and surrender. It appears to be like an oxymoron. You know what an oxymoron is? I'll give you a few examples. If someone says, this thing is pretty ugly, it's an oxymoron. Pretty and ugly. There is a random order to this. How can there be something which is orderly and also random? Or if someone says that this is awfully beautiful, or the famous non negotiable oxymoron, happily married. So that's what oxymoron means. And we see that a lot in this material world, wherein people, they sometimes find themselves in a stage wherein there is a dichotomy who they are actually and what this world is making them into. So on our way, our Mangal Mohan Prabhu was asking this question about being emotional in this world, and the opposite. He was very polite to use the word strong. That how to balance between being emotional and being strong. But actually, what he wanted to mean was that someone is emotional and someone is hard hearted or non emotional. But then we find within ourselves, sometimes the medical term for that is split personality. Someone who is split in one's personality. Jekyll and Hyde, like they say. But herein, we are talking of power, but power without any ego. And ego is that gang master or the gang leader of the mafia of this world, which is running this entire world. Everyone, whether a small little baby teenager or adult, everyone is born with this ego. And it is so sticky. No matter how much one tries to rub it off, wash it off, what to speak of we human beings, even the other species. एक कुत्ता दूसरे कुत्ते के गली में चला गया, वो न तो समय देखता है, न वो ये देखता है कि पॉश एरिया है भाई, गंगापुर रोड है, रियल एस्टेट काफ़ी कॉस्टली है यहाँ पर, मुझे इस समय भोंकना नहीं चाहिए, काफ़ी एलिट लोग रहते हैं इधर, नहीं, उसके ईगो को ठेस पहुंची, मेरे गली में ये कुत्ता कैसे आया, भौंकना शुरू। In one house, there was a house lizard. सुना है हाउस लिजर्ड? हम सबके घरों में हमने कभी न कभी छिपकली देखी होगी भी, इस समय भी होगी हमारे, हाउस लिजर्ड. So there was a house lizard and always you find them like Spider-Man crawling around on walls. So there was this house lizard talking to a cockroach. And they both are having ego clashes. Who is more important in this house? The cockroach or the house lizard? So the house lizard, as was crawling on the wall, is boasting to the cockroach that you have no idea, this particular wall, I am the one who is holding this wall. यदि मैं इस दीवार को मेरे पंजों से पकड़कर नहीं रखूं तो कल को ये दीवार गिर सकती है. So this is the ego. To that extent, we think we are the Lord and Master and the whole world is revolving around us and our accolades in this world. So how do we define power in this world? Generally, this word power, it entails what? Someone who is physically powerful, having muscles, one who is in an authoritative position, having some authority, fame or dominance. And we see that we human beings, we have tried to imitate animal kingdom in order to even have dominance over the animal kingdom. Is it not? We try to swim like a fish. Although we are not aquatics, but still we try to swim like a fish. How did it all start? We saw, okay, there are aquatics and fishes who can swim like anything all the time in the water. Let's try to also have our dominance over there by imitating how to swim like a fish. So we swim like a fish or we imitate swimming like a fish because we can't 24/7 be in the water like a fish. But still we try to imitate swimming like a fish. We try to imitate to fly like a bird. Birds, they have such expertise to fly. We try to imitate by creating, inventing airplanes. But still, 100% we can't, imitate the birds when it comes to flying. There are these hummingbirds. It is said that they can flap their wings 75 times in a second. And some of them, they can fly, migrate miles, thousands of miles without any refueling, and they weigh only 3 grams. Any drone, nowadays it's the world of drones. Any drone, any plane, any flying object weighing only 3 grams can fly without fuel for 1000 miles. But yes, we try to imitate. We try to run like a cheetah with our fast cars. So basically, power means dominance. And how much more can we understand in the present scenario what is going on in the world? Countries, nations trying to dominate over others through what? Through muscle power, through you know uh, nuclear power. Now, when it comes to Shri Hanumanji, yes, of course, he has that raw power, that raw muscle power he has. And we are going to discuss about that as well. But what is the true power of Hanumanji? सही में वास्तविक शक्ति हनुमान जी की क्या है? And that is something which is very rare. Character. Now, talking about strength of character. Yes, there are so many people, they are physically very powerful, muscular, lot of that kind of raw physical power. But then when it comes to the character, we have Hanumanji, his loyalty towards Shri Ram, his fidelity towards Shri Ram, his devotion in order to just be one pointed in pleasing Lord Ram was such that nobody could match the service attitude which he had for Shri Ram. And there were so many temptations which came on his way as he was trying to take the message of Lord Ram to Lanka, to Sita. But his character was such that he did, and you know, it wasn't that he knew Lord Ram from childhood and they grew up together and you know they were like what they call childhood friends, langotia yaar, nothing like that. Of course, his devotion is eternal, but for the Leela's sake, the entry of Hanumanji in Ram Leela is, you know, way later after Lord Ram incarnates. Then, another power of Hanumanji is the control over his mind and senses. Now, these are the very rare kind of powers which you will never find so much in people around you or when you open the news channels or any of those famous magazines and having cover page of that, where in fact the opposite you find. The more people they are seen or they show themselves of losing their control, losing their self control, that's what they are glorified for. When Hanumanji entered Lanka and he was looking for Sita, so obviously the news had spread that it was Ravan who has kidnapped Sita, so he obviously entered the palace of Ravan and it was in the middle of the night. And he is looking for Sita, And in the middle of the night, in the inner chambers of Ravan, Hanumanji, who is a brahmachari, he is closely observing the queens of Ravan. Definitely, it's not the right time, the right place for a celibate brahmachari to be. And then Hanumanji realized that although he's doing it, but still he's a brahmachari, he's doing it for the sake of Lord Ram. But he was not getting affected by it. तो हिंदी में यदि कहें तो हनुमान जी के सामने काम था, परंतु वो काम हनुमान जी का कुछ बिगाड़ न पाया, क्योंकि हनुमान जी के मन में राम थे. सामने काम, मन में राम. कई बार इस संसार में उल्टा होता है. बाहर हम राम राम बोलते हैं, लेकिन अंदर से काम काम चलता रहता है. And especially for the youth, this is something which is very important for the youth to understand, that the temptation in front of all of you will be so much more, and it is not going to go down as Kali Yuga progresses. So the only person who can give us the strength, the real power to gain control over these temptations is Sri Hanumanji. Adversity. Again in Lanka, when he was alone and he has been arrested by Ravan, and Ravan is so confused. By the way, he is not an ordinary person. Ravan himself is not an ordinary person. Ravan is so confused that how can I actually punish this person? The kind of havoc which he has created already, my entire Ashok Vatika is in ruins. So how should I punish? He was taking consultation, from his Mantri Mandal. And Hanumanji was unperturbed, undisturbed. And Hanumanji is still challenging Ravan, although he is arrested over there. He's standing as a criminal, what Ravan thought. And then, as we all know that, his tail was lit on fire. Now imagine someone else in that situation, where one of your bodily part is lit on fire. But he was fearless. In fact, he turned that particular untoward situation into seva for Lord Ram. Something extra seva for Lord Ram, that he burned the Lanka. And it's not easy to burn gold. Gold doesn't burn. In fact, gold, the more you try to burn gold, it becomes more brighter and it shines forth more. And Ravan's entire Lanka was made of gold. So that is Hanumanji, fearlessness in adversity. That is his power and ability to serve for the higher purpose. He knew that he has not come to Lanka for sightseeing. Anyone else, in fact, first time when Hanumanji saw Lanka and Ravan, he was impressed. My God, what a city he has made. And what an impressive personality this Ravan is. But he didn't get carried away by just sightseeing in Lanka. देखते हैं अगर सीता मिलती है तो पहले थोड़े आंखों को सेक लेते हैं. Let me enjoy the nice view of Lanka and the nice delights, because everyone in Lanka was always in the party mode. Nobody, because जैसा राजा वैसी प्रजा, because Ravan was like that, you know, all into all kinds of sinful pleasures. So the entire praja was like that. So, since we are on the topic of power with surrender, let's discuss a little bit about what are the dangers of power without surrender. Firstly, when there is no surrender, there is power, but no surrender with that power, it gets into the head, like Ravan. Ravan had 10 heads, no brains. Why? Because all that power which he had acquired had entered into his head. It's a term कि होता है ना कि इसके सर में घुस गया है, which means he had become so arrogant, and that's what happens. Even you see in our scriptures these kind of personalities like Hiranyakashipu, Ravan, Duryodhan. About Duryodhan, it is mentioned he was so arrogant that Duryodhan, when he would eat food, now generally, how do we eat food? Someone makes a plate for us. So if there is dal, sabji, so one bowl of dal, one bowl of sabji, we will take morsel from each of those bowls, right? First morsel. Second morsel also we will take from the same bowl. But Duryodhan, वो इतना घमंडी था, उसकी फिलॉसफी थी कि मैं अपना ही जूठा क्यों खाऊं, दूसरों का तो सवाल ही नहीं, खुद का भी जूठा नहीं खाऊंगा मैं, इसलिए हर बार मुझे फ्रेश सर्व करो, हर निवाला फ्रेश होना चाहिए. Means this is something which unimaginable that someone can be that arrogant. And again, there is an English term, so full of it, so full of himself. That was Duryodhana. And then what happens after this arrogance enters into the head? Just like Ravan, he was deaf to good advice. So many of his own Rakshasa associates were giving him some good advice. Ki, bhai, why on earth do you have to, do all these kind of mischief? Even Kumbhakarna, because he was woken from his sleep and he was more angry for that. And the reason, when Ravan gave him the reason, Kumbhakarna, why can't you control your senses? You already have so many queens and still you keep doing all this mischief and disturbing us, especially me. Even Kumbhakarna was at one point of time trying to give some good advice. Maricha, he tried to. The first person to warn Ravan was Maricha. He said, I have had first-hand experience of this Ram. And after what I have experienced, the way he punished me, anyone uttering even Ra, I'm scared to death. That was Marisha. And Ravan, he became so adamant and so arrogant that no matter Vibhishan giving him good advice, Kumbhakarna, Maricha, Mandodari, but he was so blinded by the power and he thought that He was invincible. And what happens to such people? At the end, they can't handle failure. So, you see, Hiranyakashipu was so powerful, but because his own son, 5-year-old Prahlad, was not following his instructions. So, this Hiranyakashipu, even though he had everything, Saitham Nirjit Kakub Ekarat Vishayan Priyan Yathop Joshan Bhunjano Na Tripyat Ajitendriya. This is mentioned about Hiranyakashipu that he was the in fact the Ishvara. He had conquered the heavens. Everyone was just at his beck and call. Big demigods were same for Ravan also. Big demigods were like, house helps for Hiranyakashipu and Ravan. Like, doing household chores for them. So why Hiranyakashipu, despite having all the control and power over the entire heavens and the demigod world, was still natripyat, because one person, 5-year-old Prahlad, rejected Hiranyakashipu. And same is the case with Ravan also. All through his life, whatever he wanted, he got it. But one lady, Sita, rejected Ravan. That was the biggest blow. ये संसार में भी देखा जाता है कि जिसके पीछे सब लोग पड़े होते हैं उसको उनकी कदर नहीं होती. उसके मन में कांटा कांट का होता है, मुझको एक ने रिजेक्ट किया. मेरे बर्थडे पार्टी में 100 लोग आए, उस पर नजर नहीं है, वो एक व्यक्ति नहीं आया. व्हाट्सएप पर मेरे बर्थडे पर 200 लोगों ने विश किया, वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन उस एक ने नहीं किया. रात के 11:30 हो गए, अभी तक उसका मैसेज आया. कांट हैंडल फेलियर. और कई जिनको कभी कोई विश ही नहीं करता है बर्थडे, पता ही नहीं उनका बर्थडे भी है, उनको अगर एक ने विश कर दिया, अरे they are so grateful that at least one person knows it's my birthday and has wished. This is how illusory energy works upon us. So then, of course, we have to discuss the benefits of now power with surrender. Makes one humble and grounded. So first time when Hanumanji meets comes face to face in front of Ram and Lakshman. And this is in the Kishkinda Kand where Sugriva, from a distance when he sees Ram and Lakshman walking towards the mountains, he is afraid, so he sends Hanumanji to check them out. Is there any imminent danger? So Hanumanji disguises himself as a Brahmana and comes in front of Lord Ram. And very interestingly, although they both are eternal servant and master, but now they both are not able to recognize each other, their eternal relationship. होता है ना किसी भी मूवी में फर्स्ट एंट्री of the hero and the beloved, So it's like the first entry wherein Ram and Hanuman, they are face to face. So now Hanumanji as a Brahmana, he is bowing down, he is disguised as a Brahmana. He is a Vanara, but he is disguised now as a Brahmana, because he wants to first find out what are the intentions of Ram and Lakshman as sent by Sugriva. So, as a Brahmana, when Hanumanji bows down in front of Lord Ram, so Lord Ram, he immediately recognizes that he is not a Brahmana. And Lord Ram, and he always, Hanumanji always, he would introduce himself as the servant of Lord Ram, becomes a conduit for God's mercy, which means that if a person having power is surrendered with the humility and being grounded, that person actually can have the Lord's mercy pass through him or her and can pass it on to others. If one has that ego of being powerful, then that is like blockage, है ना? चोक हो जाता ना कई बार, तो क्या डालते हैं उसके अंदर? ड्रेन एक्स वगैरह डालते हैं ना, वो जो चोक हो गया है उसको दूर करने के लिए. सो the true respect and being trustworthy. Have you observed this? That since Rama Yuga, since the Yuga of Ramayana and Ram Leela, Lord Ram is the master, Hanuman is Ramadas or Rama Sevak. But in Kali Yuga now, if you compare how many Ram temples are there as against how many Hanuman temples are there, whose number will be more? Hanumanji's number will be. Hanumanji's temple has outnumbered Lord Ram's temples. Isn't that interesting? Why? Because Hanumanji, having no ego of the power which has been bestowed upon by Lord Ram, has become the transparent, flawless conduit for Lord Ram's mercy. Therefore, people, even though they may not have the highest understanding of what is Ram Bhakti, they go to Hanumanji because they know that through Hanumanji only. And herein, what we see that someone who has power, and along with that power, Sharanagati also, that person gains true respect. And this is exemplified in the Ramayana when Lord Ram, after killing Ravan, after establishing, Vibhishan as the king of Lanka, and then everyone is now celebrating the victory. It's like the Ram Vijay Utsav. And Lord Ram is asking Hanumanji कि हनुमान, मैंने सुग्रीव को किष्किंधा का पद दिया. पद एज इन पोस्ट. सुग्रीव को किष्किंधा, उसका मैंने उसे पद दे दिया, राज्य दिया. मैंने विभीषण को लंका का पद दिया. 14 साल भरत को अयोध्या का पद दिया. पर हनुमान, तुमने इतनी सेवा की, तुमको मैंने एक भी पद नहीं दिया. तो हनुमान जी इसके जवाब में कहते हैं, प्रभु, आपने सुग्रीव को एक पद दिया, आपने विभीषण को भी एक पद दिया, आपने भरत को भी एक पद दिया, लेकिन मुझे तो 2 पद मिले हैं. क्योंकि संस्कृत में पद का एक और अर्थ होता है चरण. तो मुझे एक नहीं 2 पद मिले हैं, वो है राम चरण. Therefore, my dear friends, if whenever you get any kind of power, which of course right now also you might be having and you will get, it's called vibhuti, it's called some kind of power. But if that vibhuti is not with vinamrata, therefore we say that vidya has to be with vinaya, and that gives one's real the empowerment of the Lord. So because it's a youth program, so I thought let's discuss Hanumanji in context with the youth and the problems with the youth faces. Does that sound familiar? Performance pressure. अब एक बार मैं ना परफॉर्मेंस प्रेशर के विषय में बोल रहा था, तो लोगों को वो दूसरा ही प्रेशर समझ में आ रहा था। एक बार एक व्यक्ति हकीम के पास गया, उसको प्रेशर का प्रॉब्लम था। बोलते ना आज प्रेशर नहीं आता है या प्रेशर बहुत आ रहा है, दोनों प्रॉब्लम्स है कलयुग की। प्रेशर नहीं आता है, प्रेशर बहुत आता है। तो इस बेचारे को प्रॉब्लम था, प्रेशर नहीं आ रहा था, तो हकीम के पास गया। तो हकीम ने क्या किया, हकीम ने उसको सबसे पहले पूछा कि तुम्हारा घर कितनी दूर है? तो उसने कहा 4 किलोमीटर है यहाँ से, आपकी दुकान से 4 किलोमीटर है। तो हकीम ने तुरंत उसने एक नुस्खा निकाला, 4 चम्मच उसने डाला, और फिर उसने नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा, तुम आए कैसे? 4 किलोमीटर मेरी दुकान तक अपने घर से आए कैसे? उसने कहा चलकर आया। उसमें से कुछ 1 चम्मच बाहर निकाल दिया, जो भी नुस्खा तैयार किया था उसके प्रेशर को रिलीव करने का, उसमें से 1 चम्मच निकाल दिया। फिर हकीम ने दूसरा प्रश्न पूछा, तीसरा प्रश्न पूछा कि ये बताओ कि तुम्हारा जो घर है वो ग्राउंड फ्लोर पर है या फर्स्ट फ्लोर पर है, कोई ऐसे ऊंचाई पर तो नहीं? उसने कहा 3rd फ्लोर पर है। एक और चम्मच निकाल दिया उसमें से, क्योंकि नुस्खा काफ़ी पावरफुल था। फिर उसने पूछा कि अच्छा ये बताओ कि तो जब घर पर एंट्री करते हो तो घर का जो डोर है वहाँ से टॉयलेट, उसका डिस्टेंस कितना है? तो उसने बोला कुछ 15 फीट है। तो एक और चम्मच निकाल लिया उसने, लेकिन हाँ अब पूरा मैंने कैलकुलेट कर लिया, ये ले जा। वो ले गया, दवाई खा ली उसने, और फिर उसने हकीम को कहता है कि हकीम साहब आपने बहुत प्रिसाइज मिनट टू मिनट सेकंड टू सेकंड कैलकुलेट कर कर मेरे प्रेशर के लिए आपने दवाई दी, लेकिन एक चीज़ आप भूल गए। बोले क्या? बोला मैं जो पैजामा पहन के आया था उसका नाड़ा 70 सेकंड्स उसमें गए। तो कई बार इसको भी परफॉर्मेंस प्रेशर बोलते हैं लोग। सो टुडेज यूथ, आई डोंट नो हाउ विल यू ट्रांसलेट दिस, बट इट्स कॉल्ड पीयर प्रेशर। कि यदि उसके 98% मिले और मुझे 97.5% मिले, वो 5% कहाँ गए? हम इसको हल्के में ले रहे होंगे, लेकिन बहुत लोगों को इसका बहुत प्रेशर होता है। लैक ऑफ फोकस। It is said that nowadays we human beings, especially Gen Z, क्योंकि अभी ब्रह्मा जी ने भी इतने ह्यूमन स्पीशीज बनाए नहीं जितने हम लोगों ने अभी बना लिए। मिलेनियल्स, जेन जी, ब्रह्मा भी सोच रहे होंगे अरे ये कौन सा नया प्राणी आ गया इसमें किसमें? मनुष्य जाति की प्रजाति, मनुष्य जाति में भी एक प्रजाति है, उसको जेंजी कह रहे हैं। लैक ऑफ फोकस, और लैक ऑफ फोकस इतना हो गया है कि इट इज सेड दैट गोल्ड फिश, द attention span of goldfish or the memory of goldfish is like 5 seconds or something like that. Goldfish forgets 5 सेकंड पहले गोल्डफिश ने क्या खाया या क्या सुना या क्या देखा. It's like ultra gajini, you know. Goldfish is like Gajini Pro Max. But it is said that nowadays, the present generation, the attention span has become even less than a goldfish. हमने गोल्डफिश को मात दे दी. वाह, कंग्रेचुलेशंस. गोल्डफिश भी हमको देखकर उसको शर्म आ रही है और वो आपस में डिस्कस कर रहे हैं हमारे एग्जाम्पल. जैसे हम लोग गोल्डफिश का एग्जाम्पल डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, वो लोग आपस में, पता है क्या आजकल के जनरेशन 3 सेकंड है खाली. लैक ऑफ फोकस. वाई? बिकॉज कॉन्स्टेंट distractions. And these distractions, therefore, we always say that nowadays we are living in a world, earlier we used to call it the world wherein there is weapons of mass destruction. Have you heard of that term? We are living in a world where there are weapons of mass destruction. But more than that, nowadays we can say that we are living in a world of mass distraction. You must have experienced since the beginning of tonight's talk, your mind must have distracted and gone all over. Still, your mind must be somewhere you don't even know. Although your body, and sometimes we keep nodding our heads also as if we understood the point, sitting in the audience. And because the person next to us is laughing, we also laugh. But if, because we know that nobody is going to catch us on asking or cross question us that कौन से पॉइंट पे हंसे, कौन सा पॉइंट पे गर्दन हिलाई, कोई पूछने नहीं वाला. कोई पूछ ले तो अरे वही पॉइंट जो अभी बोला आपने, वही पॉइंट. एंड दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. Why there is lack of focus? Why so much distraction? Because no purpose. क्यों जी रहे हैं? क्यों जी रहे हैं? जी रहे हैं. किसके लिए जी रहे हैं? अरे जिसके लिए भी, सबके लिए जी रहे हैं. जीवन का मकसद क्या है? जीना है. So we'll take just one episode from the Sundarkand when Hanumanji was reminded by Jamavant that he is the one who can accomplish this task of taking the message of Lord Ram across the ocean to Mother Sita, where she's been kidnapped by Ravan in Lanka. So as Hanumanji, he jumps. The obstacles which come on the way, they are very interesting. That what do we learn from the obstacles here? So Hanumanji with his power, reminded of his power, राम की शक्ति के साथ हनुमान जी जब छलांग लगाते हैं तो सबसे पहले ये इसे मैनाक पर्वत कहा गया है। तो ये मैनाक पर्वत सोने का पर्वत, और ये सोने का पर्वत सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं कि इसके अंदर केवल सोना, बल्कि सोना जिसको दूसरा एक अर्थ होता है ना, नींद लेना, कि हर प्रकार की आरामदायक वस्तुएं इस मैनाक पर्वत पर, as if we can, in today's terms, we can translate it as the pleasure island or a pleasure land. All the pleasures were available, and it was meant to test Hanumanji, that Hanumanji, whether he will get tempted, distracted, losing one's focus, and takes a detour by first enjoying, like, you know, if you have to catch a flight, airport, you have seen those, all those shops, and those shops are all made in such glittering way, and sometimes people, they reach late at the boarding gate because all those shops on the way, they appear to be so tantalizing, tempting, glittering. So here is Manak, and Manak is calling Hanumanji that, well, मिशन होता रहेगा, हाँ? अरे भाई वो किसी और की बीवी है, तुमको क्या लेना देना है, उनके घरेलू प्रॉब्लम में क्यों इतना, थोड़ा आराम करो, मौज मस्ती करो. So when Hanumanji was offered this by Manak, he didn't disrespect this particular offer. He touched, okay, I'll honor your offer. I'm not going to stop over here, but I'll just touch. हमको हमारे एयरफोर्स ट्रेनिंग में ये एक ट्रेनिंग दी जाती थी, सेंस कंट्रोल, माइंड कंट्रोल, बिकॉज एनिमीज कैन कैप्चर यू थ्रू टेम्पटेशंस ऑल्सो. और हमारा जो कमांडर था वो हर समय बोलता है, उसके लिए उसका एक स्लोगन था हम लोगों के लिए, बुलाती है जाने का नहीं. फीमेल्स के लिए बुलाता है जाने का नहीं. बैलेंस करना पड़ता है. So this is the lesson which Hanumanji is teaching us through Mainak. When Mainak, the first temptation on the way to Lanka, say no, but say it gracefully. After this, there was a demoness, and her name was Surasa. And this Surasa, she had the benediction that she could increase her size to whatever amount, she could increase her size. And she was like, the toll naka, octroi naka, इधर पहले octroi भरना पड़ेगा, इससे आगे जा नहीं सकते, border control kind of thing. So she increased her size, and her condition was that you have to enter into my mouth. So when she increased, like few yojanas, one yojan is 80 miles. So she increased few yojanas. Hanumanji also increased the same size. He kept on. She kept on increasing her size. Hanumanji kept on increasing his size. And at some point of time, when Surasa was mammoth in her size, huge, and Hanumanji also equaled the same size, immediately Hanumanji became tiny, entered her mouth, came out, fulfilled her condition, because the condition was, if you have to cross, you have to enter my mouth. So, what did Hanumanji teach us? Sometimes becoming tiny pays off. कभी कभी हमें किसी के सामने छोटा बनने में हम टाइम बर्बाद नहीं करेंगे. हनुमान जी डिडंट वांट टू confront her कि you challenge me as far as size concerns, I'll show you. He didn't waste time because his focus was to reach in time. And therefore sometimes you accept defeat. In over here Hanumanji kind of accepted defeat, but for what? For higher cause. Remember in the previous slides that power with surrender means when you do it, Hanumanji did it for the higher cause. So sometimes in front of some so-called powerful people, we may have to fold our hands and we may have to say, आपका गधा आगे मेरा घोड़ा पीछे. मैंने आपके सामने हार स्वीकार की, सर आपका गधा आगे मेरा घोड़ा पीछे. क्यों? क्योंकि अपना घोड़ा है. वो पूरा मेकअप कर लेगा. लेकिन अगर हम हर समय आगे 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 तो फिर वो घोड़ा गधा बन जाता है. फिर ना तो वो बोलते हैं ना धोबी का गधा, वो ना यहाँ का ना वहाँ का. And after this, another interesting demoness. Now see, it was not like a smooth ride for Hanumanji कि भाई राम की सेवा के लिए तो फिर everyone was like okay, पलक पावड़े बिछाकर रेड कार्पेट वेलकम. No, they were all. So this demoness, her name was Simhika. And this Simhika, her expertise you may call, yeah, so her expertise was core competence, that she could catch the shadow. Anyone flying above, उसको पकड़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, उसकी परछाई को पकड़ लो वो ऊपर रुक जाएगा. और टेक्नोलॉजी, nowadays we can't even imagine any this kind of war technology. Shadow को पकड़ लिया. So what does this Simhika, it teaches that shadow represents our dark side. So everyone has their dark side. In some cases it's not just dark, it is darker. And in some cases it is darkest. काले में भी काला, कल्लू कल्लन काला, like that. The dark side. And who catches that? Maya Devi knows our dark side. Nobody will know. We may have all the technology which can erase our browsing history. But Simhika knows. Simhika is that Maya. She knows कि तुमने सब जगह से उसको बिन से, ट्रैश से, रिसाइकल जहाँ से भी तुमने क्लियर किया हो. But Simhika has everything stored. And not just from this life, from so many lives. So what happens? And we, initially, if there is some conscience within us, we tend to be a little apprehensive in facing our own dark side. But then in Kali Yuga, when we see, oh, he also has, she also has that dark side, तो फिर मैं क्यों पीछे रहूं? And therefore we become like desensitized. It doesn't bother us anymore. Very interesting episode from the Ramayana, from the Yuddha Kand, that Ravan's son was sent, and Ravan's son, he had a siddhi, and the kind of siddhi which Ravan's son had, that if he would see anyone, that person would be killed. उसको कोई अस्त्र शस्त्र इस्तेमाल करने की जरूरत नहीं, देख लिया काली, खत्म, सामने वाला खत्म. इमेजिन दिस टेक्नोलॉजी. दृष्टिपात से खत्म हो जाता था शत्रु. So he was killing the Vanar Sena in multitudes. He would just come, look at them, खत्म. जो भी उसके सामने उसकी आंखों ने जिसको भी देख लिया, खत्म. And obviously then the Vanar Sena, they approached Hanumanji that, please help us out. So Hanumanji had a very brilliant idea, which nobody, कई बार होता है ना कि जो देसी नुस्खे होते हैं, something which is very simple in plain sight is not to be recognized. So like that, what Hanumanji did. So this son of Ravan, as he was just glancing and killing everyone, like this, glancing and killing everyone. So Hanumanji comes with a mirror. Comes with a mirror, आईना सामने लेके. तो जैसे ही आईना उसके सामने, उसने अपने आप को देखा और खत्म. So beware of the dark side. Sometimes that mirror image of ours or that dark side of ours is going to kill us. And the final demoness was this Lankini. She was at the entrance of the city of Lanka, and she was like, the you can call the goddess of Lanka. She was the superintendent of anybody who wanted to enter into Lanka. And when she came, she attacked Hanuman, and Hanuman slapped her back. And therefore the lesson which Hanumanji taught through Lankini, that sometimes we should be assertive. Not that, we become a pushover by others. Sometimes in this world, we have to retaliate back, like how Hanumanji retaliated for Surasa. Okay, I'll become tiny. Mainak, okay, I'll just respect your offer. With Simhika, Hanumanji killed her. And with Lankini, Hanumanji was assertive and attacked back. And when she was slapped, and imagine a slap of Hanumanji, it's going to be something, slap of Hanumanji. So Lankini after that realized that, oh, he is not an ordinary person, because the slap was not ordinary. And Lankini had this boon given by Brahmaji when Lankini was told that you will be, actually she was an Apsara and she was cursed to become Lankini, that you will be delivered when a Vanara comes and slaps you. But that particular, act will also be the sign of the downfall of Lanka. And it was Lankini who gave the good news to Hanumanji, that you slapping me and making me realize the boon or the curse of Brahmaji, that the downfall of Lanka has already begun. And Hanumanji was very confident. Okay, finally, the good news has begun already before even entering Lanka. So, the practical takeaways for youth from Shri Hanumanji. Life is not all romantic. After the honeymoon period comes the EMIs, the bills, the loans, and the Monday morning blues, which means going to the office. Okay? So life is all not just the lovey dovey, rosy, red rose, honeymoon, romantic life. Come to the real world. That's what Hanumanji teaches. Second, life's purpose is to have a purpose. You know, the best alarm clock for you to wake up is not the costliest clocks, digital clocks and all that, or your own phone. The best alarm clock is purpose. If you have a purpose in your life, then that will always will wake you up at the right time for the right reasons. Then daily discipline. Daily discipline is like shaving, you know. One day you don't shave, it is known, okay. So daily discipline is like that. As soon as we are lax in our discipline which we have chalked out for ourselves, there is some kind of lethargy which creeps in. So Hanumanji teaches daily discipline. Very important lesson. Don't live your life to impress but to express. And finally, serve others selflessly. Hanuman didn't think, अरे भाई वो रामचंद्र जी की पत्नी, रामचंद्र जी का घरेलू मसला है, मुझे क्या लेना देना. आई एम अ ब्रह्मचारी बाय द वे. हाँ, अपने अपनी पत्नी को खुद ढूंढो. नो, he was a person who, whatever he did in his life, he did it selflessly. And mark these words of mine, that if in a week, not every day, but if in a week, if you do something for someone selflessly, the kind of satisfaction which you get out of it is millions of times more sweeter than when you do things for yourself. I have seen people, a small little thing, you know, a mother, when she cooks for her child selflessly, the kind of happiness which she gets as against she cooking for herself. That's the closest example we can think of. Mother selflessly cooking for its child. And this mudra of Hanumanji, wherein both his palms are together in the folded mudra, he is showing what? Surrender. That, my dear Ram, I am here, Tava Asmi, I am here, surrendered at your feet. But in between those palms is the Gada, the club. That one sign instruction of yours, and I am ready to use the power. And therefore, power plus surrender equals to empowerment. And therefore, Hanumanji is so empowered, because before that comes power and that surrender. And we'll be singing Hanuman Chalisa, by the way. But these two couplets of Hanuman Chalisa, it signifies power with surrender. Ashta Siddhi Nau Nidhi Ke Data, Asbar Deen Janaki Mata. That Hanumanji is not just the possessor of Ashta Siddhi, he is also the Data. He is also the giver of Ashta Siddhi and non-nidhi. What does non-nidhi means? Kubera has 9 kinds of treasures, which is called non-nidhi. And Hanumanji has the key to those 9 kind of treasures, which means he can bestow this Ashtasiddhi and 9 kinds of treasures. How? Because he has been blessed by Janaki Mata, blessed by Sita Devi. So when Hanumanji came in front of Sita in Ashok Vatika in Lanka, so Mother Sita blessed Hanumanji with this Ashtasiddhi Nonidhi ke. And the next couplet, Ram rasayan tumhare pasa sada raho Raghupati ke dasa. What is that Ram rasayan? The Ram Naam, the elixir of Ram, the power of Ram, everything which Ram possesses, Hanumanji can give it to anyone who approaches him. Why? Because he himself is surrendered to Raghupati, Raghupati ke dasa. So with this, we understand that Hanumanji is the embodiment of Shakti and Sharanagati, which is very, very rare in this material world. And glorifying Hanumanji in this beautiful month wherein Lord Ram, he appeared and Hanumanji appeared. Let us pray to both these personalities that we also, in this age of Kali Yuga, Gen Zs, we become the real follower of someone who was youthful always. One of the names of Hanumanji is Chiranjeev. He is ever youthful. And not just youthful, but he is meaningful. Not just meaningful, but he is useful in the service of Lord Ram. बोल सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.